Man, this shirt's badass. I'm not even gonna lie. Look at that. So look at this fucking deadly looking fucking headdress thing. That is fucking cool. That right there is fucking cool. I like that, Holmes. I like that, Holmes. But, fucking sworn out. Gotta love them all-nighters in Seattle, baby. Fuck. All right. Alright, I can pull it up and all that. First one in over a day, actually. One of the tallest bank of the world. Hey. There we go. Oh, fuck. Of course, I'm screwed this stupid thing and like half the bolt falls off. Boo. There we go. Yeah. That's fine. Sweet. I'm gonna reload this bad boy and get a bow going. And all that for shenanigans. After I sip that coffee. In hope that my brain awakes. At least for a little longer. My goodness. Whoa. That was arch. Yeah. Mom is just trying to fucking throat right now. It's been shit with like something caught up in it. Fucking nose. Just taking this whole fucking roll paper towel with me. Jesus fucking Christ, mate. Can I take that hit without it, like, killing my throat? That'd be nice. Hey. I'm like 100% sure it's gonna fuck me up, but whatever. Not as much as like the mean bitch mistress of Seattle sometimes, though. Because, my lord. I don't know what it is about that city, but I keep forgetting that it has no nightlife at all in Seattle. At all. It's like once like a concert ends out there, it's like, you know, that's like literally probably one of the last few things that'll be going on. So it'll literally be like, all right, we're done, bye. Go find a convenience store that might be closing up in like 10 minutes. It's like, what the fuck? Dios mío. Also, I swear, like, half of everything out there is done via, like, apps or fucking online shit. Because, oh my god, even with this one spot we were able to find, it was almost like too goddamn good to be true kind of shit. At least because that's what my friend Tyler wanted to do. He wanted to, like, at least find a little motel room or something, or even take a lift all the way back from Seattle to Portland. I already had a feeling that wasn't going to work out. I already knew that part, because it, exceeded not only max fare, but also apparently, distance too, which I kind of figured. I don't know of any Uber driver that will let me just go from Seattle where I probably live and drive 3 hours or something. Well, actually more like 4-ish hours from Seattle to Portland to Seattle again. Just to drop 2 dudes off over there. It's I don't think that was going to work. So, eventually try to find a spot. We get everything all ready to go, pretty much up until the point we get into that fucking building. Which you would think, is there a little front desk thing, or something like that? Nope, nothing. It's not even a front desk office area either. It's just this, it almost looks like a mini apartment of something. And of course there's, codes to literally every damn door. So good luck trying to, be all right, I can just go to my room now. Had to get a bunch of shit emailed and had to do this whole confirmation thing, and had to do it twice because using my friend's credit card for that, because I wasn't going to be able to pitch in for a hotel at least for a night, at least just for the trip that we were doing. But it's we couldn't get it to work, so we were both kind of sitting here pissed in this lobby area, and I'm kind of walking around. It's is there at least an outlet or something in here? Because I was thinking, we've been trying to deal with that bullshit for 2 hours while we were out there in Seattle all night, to go see Sepultura and shit. And I was thinking, if there's an outlet in here, fuck being near the staircase and near King's Station, the train station. Fuck just hanging out there. Let's just hang out in here. So that's what we did. We basically unironically squatted in front of a main room to a hotel. I mean, we wanted a damn room, couldn't get to it. The codes they gave us wouldn't even work. That was another fuck thing, because we eventually tried to use them, and once we called up being hey, why aren't they working? It's check-in's at 4 a.m., p.m. But what? It's now we're all sitting here what the fuck? I mean, what's the point of even having for the one night stay, which this would be that night? What is the point of that then? It's whack, bro. Shit can be whack sometimes, because honestly, nightlife around here is some nightlife shit. It's here in Portland, if it's midnight, there's still shit going on. Yeah, most stuff might be relatively closed, but there's 24/7 places. There's hotels that'll have someone sitting there in the front desk. We'd be I need a quick room, for a night. Oh, I was there $50. Dude, around here, easy peasy. What time in your country? 2? I think it just turned 2. Yeah, a little past 2. I live in a country of multiple time zones, brother. I mean, what countries, what time, it should be what time zones are in your country specifically, or at least which time zone overall, because it's massive. But it's that Pacific Coast time, so past 2, just a little. But at least with the train, I was able to at least take some nice little power naps. I've basically been power napping the last 24 hours for maximum intervals, maybe 2-3 hours, and minimum intervals of 20 minutes. I've just been straight up power napping off and on for the last 24 hours. Got power napped on the way to Seattle, and had a coffee before the show, stuff like that. Had a little food, and then power napped 2-ish hours listening to some fucking King of the Hill while I was charging my phone in a lobby of a hotel room that basically fucking like kind of robbed us a little bit. And and then power napped on the train back home. At least, honestly, funny enough, the train, ride, even though it's about a 3-hour ride, doesn't feel that way. Like, if you kind of get yourself comfortable and just kind of like take a nap for a minute, like, it ends up being like what seems like a 3-hour trip to like about an hour and a half at most. It felt a little longer this time just because the bridge for the railroad, like there's shipping that comes through for Portland, for docks a lot. So a lot of the obviously a lot of bridges bloop, get raised up. And our bridge, for the railroad was, raised for like 20, 30 minutes. So we had to sit there for about that long, waiting for a boat to cross. And that felt like so close yet so far damn away. Because it's like, shortly after that, it's like, all right, well, we got about like another 10 minutes until we reach our station. And I was like, yay. And then not even seconds, afterwards, it's like, then we're sitting there for 30 minutes. I'm just like, fuck. Wait, bug back. So much better. This now. Oh, there we go. Now we're making contact. Houston, we have made contact. Yum, yum. Yeah, caught me away. Good part of a stoner balanced breakfast in the morning. Or afternoon. Whatever you want to call it. Noon, breakfast, morning, afternoon thing? Because it still feels really early in the morning for me right now. Because when I had my little power nap on, for the train ride, it was like departed at about 7:10. I wake up, a little bit. It's like 10:30-ish. I'm like, huh, okay. Still early as fuck. And then, dude, my fucking sense of time right now is out of whack. I could just feel it right now. But it was worth it. Really enough, actually, more of an adventure than the first time I went there when I was by myself. Just because, I was like, when I went to Seattle by myself to see Sepultura a little over a year ago when they were touring, I just went there alone. And I didn't have like fuck all anything outside of like, well, just wait for the train station to open. So I sat on one of those little Ceros right next to that train station all fucking night that night. And I was like, bruh, that sucked. That, now that I think about it in hindsight, sucked ass. Like, at least, despite all the foibles that me and my friend were getting into trying to find like a room just to sleep for a night, not even like to full on crash, just kind of use as a, recoup. And nope. Didn't really get all that, but we got enough, at least enough to get the phones charged up and be warm. Because if we were outside, we probably would have been annoyed by like a tweaker or some shit. Which luckily, at least from my experience, Seattle doesn't really got that as a problem. You'll find homeless people wandering around stuff here and there, but they will literally just mind their own business and not fuck with you. Just like in Portland, they won't mess with you. Do I go fishing? If I can. I don't have anything, tools-wise or anything for that. Don't got no rods or nothing, but I've done fishing before. Yeah. But at least, when it came to listening to Sepultura, dude, oh my god. Their set, that fucking set though, they went all over with their discography and played some of their best fucking bangers, dude. Oh, dude, the first like 3 or 4 songs they started their set with were fucking like, whoa. I was like, dude, like, could a band like somehow go harder for opening for their set at least? It started with Chaos AD, or Refuse Resist, actually, it's what it's called. But it started with that song, and then they started with Rata Rata, I think, and then it was Territory, which is also on their Chaos AD album, and there was like one other song that they did I knew of. What the fuck was it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but at least I remember those three were off the top of my head, and I was just like, fuck. I was like, okay, this is about to go fucking ham and shit. And Seattle went hard. I will say that their pit was not as energetic. Like, they had to be kind of almost demanded. Like, but once they got going, they were going. And a lot of crowd surfing, too. Like, there was a fuckload of crowd surfers. Like, same people, too, usually. And it wasn't really, like, it was good for it, but it was kind of tricky at the same time because you had, like, I don't know, like 5 feet worth of people, and then you had, like, the big pit area, and people were, like, surfing, like, this small little, like, 5-foot stream of just people, and shit. I did it a couple times myself, and oh man, it was kind of the more chaotic crowd surfing I've done, because half the time I'm sitting here like, do I have to like move myself, guys? Like, the point of crowd surfing is to surf me to the stage that way, guys. And I would like have to kind of like use people's hands and shit and their shoulders, like, all right, come on. Because like some motherfuckers, man, we're just like, oh, there's a person here. That's like the 8th person in the past like 8 songs or like 4 songs. Huh, I should be aware of that. I guess, not a lot of people are aware of that. Oh, man, their fucking last song that they, went out with, Roots, Bloody Roots. Oh, dude, that was an awesome way to fucking wrap their show up, too. I mean, oof. And then, seeing Obituary and Agnostic Front, Claustrophobia. I haven't heard of Claustrophobia that much, but they're a band from Sao Paulo in Brazil. So another Brazilian band. And they were fucking great, too. They were fucking awesome. And then I almost honestly totally forgot Agnostic Front was playing. And when I saw that they went up there, I was just like, I just immediately lit the fuck up. I was like, yes. I almost forgot they were here. And that was awesome. Like, they were like this, for sure, the second highlight, for me. Like, I mean, because I really didn't expect to, like, to see Agnostic Front there. I totally forgot that they were playing. But I'm glad because, I mean, they've been around for a while. They're the frontman's, fought and battled cancer twice. And, like, and they're old geezers, a little bit. So it's kind of hard to, know when their final, like, adieu is and all that shit. But at least for Sepultura, like, at least, like, 40 years, of just straight, like going with awesome sauce shit right there. I mean, it's a good perfect bow, I think. So they're not officially done. I saw like some article the other day about, like what their plans are after this. And the main dude was just like, yeah, we're going to keep touring for as long as we can, I guess, for another couple of years and just try to go to different places we haven't been to or haven't been to in a long time. So I won't be surprised if there's like another North American tour just as like a final one to maybe hit towns they haven't hit as much, like Portland. Sepultura seems to be unique on not being here. So, hey, I mean, if they can at least come down here this way a little bit, seeing them will be way easier. But you know what? It does make their moments of like, checking out bands up there live, especially as a Sepultura both times, pretty fun. Because both times involve being stuck up in Seattle all night. At least for me. Seeing them, live both times out there and fucking having a whole adventure to go with it. I can't really dog on that too much. Come on, ladder. Coffee. That coffee's been an immense help right now. That is faux show. It's definitely been very helpful. And I cannot wait to get these fucking boots off me too. This holy shit. Like, I've been sitting in these fucking things for at least like 24 hours and my feet are done with it. I'm gonna take them off right now, but who knows, if I want to go bath or some shit, I don't want to walk barefoot in here or socks on or whatever, so I'll persevere a little longer with it. So if I'm just sitting here, then they ain't bothering me. It's not like once I actually stand up and want to like get up and do something, I'm like, fuck. Nice. Man, another thing I kind of forget about Seattle sometimes is how fucking expensive it can be there. Because holy shit. I remember, like, we were, me and my friend, we grabbed a bite to eat really quick, have like a beer or two before we went to the show. And, bruh, up here in Portland, that probably all in all would have cost like $30-$35 maximum. Seattle, though, damn near 48 fucking bucks because of sales taxes and all that shit. I keep forgetting that Washington got them damn sales taxes, and it always fucks me every time I'm up there. I'm like, oh yeah, those. I'm glad for the most part Oregon doesn't really have that. I mean, it does have some. I mean, like a bottle tax or like marijuana or tobacco taxes and shit like that. And at least in Portland and like Multnomah County specifically, they do have alcohol tax there, So there's some, but oh my God, it's nowhere near as bad when it comes to just sale taxes across the board. I'd honestly prefer that, like, maybe certain things or maybe like specific products or just certain shit, like, yeah, maybe alcohol or tobacco, marijuana, things like that. I'd prefer if there was like selective sales taxes on shit like that instead of just across the board. I mean, because it seems like, honestly, when it comes to Oregon's tax system, it is just honestly better, at least from how it budgets, or not really how it budgets, but how it collects that budget, at least, for when it comes to just common person. Because, dude, I just fucking hate state taxes so much. I've been spoiled way too hard living here in Oregon because of that shit. Because fuck, dude, I keep forgetting that in all these other states that is a thing, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I get, like I'm getting a little extra fucked here. And honestly, that's like another thing that I think a lot of people don't necessarily also consider too when it comes to like, income as well, is that, a lot of people, like will need maybe, I don't know, like $200 of groceries a week or some shit like that or whatever the fuck. But on top of that, there's sales taxes of all that. And it's like, oh, it makes you kind of realize that, because I know some people be like, well, why don't we just manage the finances, my dude? It's like, a lot of these people in these states have things like sales taxes shit where, yeah, they probably equate into their budget and stuff. But it's what honestly fucks a lot of people over more, because what the fuck are those taxes doing anything for them? Besides just scalp them more. Like, what have any of these states with sales taxes, honestly, arguably outside of California and Washington, have anything to show for it? None of these fucking southern podunk states have fuck all to show for sales taxes, because it's easy fucking, state budget money right there. They could do all sorts of shit with it. At least like Cali and Washington, agree, like it, disagree with it, hate it, whatever the fuck. I don't care. At least they do shit with it. It ain't a total fuck you fest. They at least give you some lube, and give you a nice, silky robe to wear while you're, being booty blasted a little bit. But out in podunk, nah. They just go raw dog. They just raw dog your ass. I mean, shit, even fucking like New York, bro. Like, I'd argue even New York isn't really that great when it comes to sales taxes. I don't really hear much positivity about fucking New York, at least New York City. The closest I'd say that I hear that's positive is that there's always something to do, which that's good at least. I mean, a metropolitan area or a big city that has like pretty much, anywhere you go, there's always something to find, check out, look, explore, whatever, go eat, like I can vibe with that. But I mean, if that's all you got to show for, then what the fuck, I mean, because at least Seattle's got a lot to show, for sure. Like, that's why I love Seattle, honestly. I mean, I might bitch about it here and there and stuff, but I mean, honestly, it's because I genuinely do like Seattle. And the things that are good about Seattle, Portland don't really got as much. And the things that are good about Portland, like its nightlife, for example, Seattle don't got. Like, because honestly, one thing about Seattle that I think it loves to be sometimes is overly complicated. Seattle really do be kind of overly complicated about shit. It's even the place when we went to grab a bite to eat, they didn't have menus. They had like those little QR codes where you can look up at like a Google Doc of their menu. And I'm just like, it's like, okay. I mean, a lot of places has that as an option, but like they also have like, like either like a big, menu you can look at, or like, one that you can hold, or maybe there's at least one at each table on top of that. But not this place. I was just like, why is everything overly complicated? Dude, you find a fucking hotel, bro. Dude, that was retardedly complicated. Like, again, here in Portland, you could walk into any little hotel, motel, bougie looking one to a shitty one, and you will be able to get a room, like, maybe not literally everywhere, but dude, there's going to be somewhere that's going to be open. You could fucking rent a room for a night because you got like the all night, late night receptionist there, probably by themselves, but there's at least somebody there. But dude, like, I love Seattle, but man, it needs to learn from Portland sometimes is that simplicity is best. Like, I mean, there, like, one thing about like the culture, at least the economic culture around Portland, is that it's simple. Like, we don't like things being overly complicated. I mean, that doesn't mean there aren't complicated things and shit like that around here, but fuck, dude. I mean, there's at least, a streamline of just simplicity sometimes. And like, as everywhere I've gone, a lot of things I'm kind of bitching about are around here, but at least there's other alternatives. So we're just like, oh, well, this is kind of complicated. You just got a regular paper menu, my QR thing ain't working or some shit. Oh yeah, here you go. Pretty simple, or like, hey, I need to book a room for it tonight. And it's like 1:00 in the morning. You just got out of a concert, and it's like, all right, yeah, we got one room available. Just you two. Okay, $70, whatever. I mean, it's just like that concept in Seattle just doesn't exist. It just doesn't. Again, I love that city. I mean, it's cool. It's a beautiful place, really awesome. I do kind of like its downtown layout a little bit. It's weirdly more pedestrian friendly, and there's a lot of really cool little nooks, crannies, alleyways, stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty cool. I do love Seattle. I mean, don't get me wrong, but holy shit, they are way too complicated for their own content. I think, that's just really my main gripe. Seattle be a little complicated, Portland's simple. We got a lot nightlife, they don't. Well, if they do, ends up being super reclusive after like 11, and especially after midnight. Like there's like not a hint of nightlife after midnight. And if there is, then where the fuck is it? Because everywhere in Seattle I've been to, I have never seen that. I've seen like evening nightlife stuff from like, 7, 8, 9, 10. But most shit ends up just closing after that. And that ain't a nightlife. That's just like, casual evening, I just got off work and I want to hang out with the boys kind of life right there. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but where's the fall nightlife where it's like, it's the weekend, bro. Let's stay up until like 2 or 3 and be like mildly irresponsible for a little bit. Because even goddamn 7-Eleven fucking closes after 11. It's like, what? I've never heard of a 7-Eleven that closes. Like, dead ass. But not in Seattle. They will over there. Why? Fuck me. You would think it would be like one of those few places where it's straight 24-hour convenience. But nope. Fucking nose, bro. Ugh. Out of coffee. Boo. I want another coffee. They need to make those a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. What's the ounceage on this? 11? Make it 14. Make it a good old 14 fluid ounce. Add 3 ounces. Make it a little bit more worthwhile. At least for today. Like, usually one will do, but oh my god, goodness gracious. Today, nowhere near as much. At least I'm not as sore from, this show, in comparison to last week. Because last week, I mean, especially with the pit going on there, that was just straight fucking intense. So, yeah, but, last week wasn't really nowhere near, or at least, like, last night wasn't nowhere near as bad. It's just, like, the all-night shit. It's the struggle of just, like, all right, gotta, rough it out in Seattle all night, a little bit. My friend was also getting kind of PO'd about it because he was like, man, I knew I should have just booked one. Because I think he had one booked and then he canceled it because he thought he could do the lift thing because this man wanted to practice, do rehearsals and shit. Which I was like, I was even telling him, I was like, man, even if we got a train back to, Portland or whatever, either that's going to be delayed or might have to cancel that, at least for yourself, and let everyone else do it because, because I already kind of knew it's like, unless, there's like an absolute fact that it's able to be done, I don't think we're going to lift our way back to Portland. And of course, because, for, like, because they gave him like, oh, we, let's exceed the fare or whatever the fuck, from where we were at, and I tried it with my Lyft app and same thing. So it just ended up being, kind of flop, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. So, when I realized that, it's like, well, let's at least find a little hotel or something that's around the corner or some shit, because even if most of them are likely going to be closed, I'm sure there's got to at least be one that we can get through. And of course, the one that we tried was too good to be true. And even then, I will say this, at least we were able to hang out in that lobby, and I found an outlet so we could charge our phones a little bit. I'll be happy about that, at least. And frankly, because that made this all-nighter in Seattle better than when I was there. Because I was shivering my ass off hanging out in the stairwell. That sucked. Okay, there's a fly that's really fucking with me right now. Alright, bitch. Because I know I have something around here that I can smack this motherfucker with. At least I know I did last time I needed one. My flashwater. I need like a bug assault or some shit. I need one of those bad boys. So when one of them comes in here and is flying around and wants to land somewhere, I can just go, pew! Just be like, fuck you. Get out of my zone. This is my no-fly zone. Because Husky Rodham Clinton will establish a no-fly zone. Quite literally. And I like how my dog is locked up in the laundry room. All happy and excited to see me, and now that I'm just chilling, he's like, all right. Goofy little thing. A goofy little dozing dude. Dude, I heard that fly take off somewhere. Because this little fucker is big enough to where I'm hearing this little shit buzz around. I know it's over here somewhere, or at least it was. Little shit. Because I am not in the mood to deal with no goddamn fly right now. No, sir. In fact, I know the onion nuggets is live right now, so may pop over there in a bit, but I'll just see how the mood is. Oof. Oh, that felt fucking good. Holy shit. Wow. Ooh, that felt pretty good. I also got to go to the bathroom too real quick. Hopefully that'll make me feel even a little more better. goofy bean of a dog. Ooh. Ooh. Well, for some reason, he really wanted to be in the way a little bit. Oh, did you find that fly? Go get the fly. If you know where the fly is, go get it, bro. Yeah, get it. Goofy little thing. Boop. Okay, there we go. I think probably at least get my little bowl loaded up. Then probably take like an actual nap, or at least sleep for a little bit. Then take a shower, get some food, and see what my friends are doing, because they might want to go down to the river a little bit later tonight, which that'd be fun. That'd be a little fun kickback. Could also see if my little rock tower is still up there, because I made a little rock tower out there and a couple weeks back, and I want to see if it's still there. Let's hope no one, fucked with it. Because if someone fucked with it, then they suck. Besides, I heard it's actually technically bad omen, bad luck to do that anyway. There we go. Sweet. Whew. And I think I might probably pop back on a little later this evening, but I don't know. I'll see what how I feel like for later tonight. Because I might just honestly straight up just take it easy for tonight, because I'm just like... Funny enough, not even because of the show, just because, not being super weak. Pack this fucker too tight. Boo! There we go. I guess I have at least a little project I can do for now. Just kind of deep clean this stupid fuck out. Because this thing getting clogged up pretty much like every other goddamn toke that I do is driving me nuts. There we go. Now, blow this fuck up. Oh. Well, Jesus potatoes. Alright, whatever. I don't like sitting in there. It's just like, no. Even though we're a bowl, we refuse to fucking like go into that said bowl and load up what it properly wants to be loaded up with. We reject it. It's like, what bowl does that? There we go. Nice. Nice. But anyway, let's go good for now. Might pop back on a little later or some shit, but also. But anyway, toodaloo for now, and yeah.